You're sitting in your car, looking at the glowing screen of your phone at 2 a.m. You just bought a pair of sneakers that cost half your rent. You don't even like running, but for 3 seconds after you clicked, "Buy now," the crushing weight of your 9 to 5 disappeared. You felt like you finally belonged to that world you see on Instagram. We've been sold a lie that our worth is measured in logos and leather, and now we're all drowning in debt just to keep up a lifestyle that doesn't even make us happy. We are working jobs we hate to buy things we don't need, to impress people who are just as lonely as we are. The engineered void. Modern marketing isn't about selling products anymore. It's about selling identity. In the US, the economy isn't driven by what you need to survive. It's driven by the engineered void inside you. Corporations spend billions on neuromarketing to convince you that you are incomplete. You aren't just buying a phone. You're buying status. You aren't just buying a coffee. You're buying a moment of luxury. They've turned basic human desires for connection and respect into a subscription service you can never cancel. The psychology of manufactured scarcity. Have you noticed how everything is a limited drop now? Or a one-time offer? This is the scarcity trap. By creating artificial shortages, brands trigger a primal fight or flight response in your brain. You aren't thinking rationally about your bank account. You're thinking about survival in the social hierarchy. If you don't get it now, you're less than. This psychological warfare bypasses the logical part of your brain and goes straight to your credit card. Buying for the ghost audience. The darkest part of American consumerism is the ghost audience. We live our lives for a digital gallery. We buy the $80,000 SUV not because it drives better than a $20,000 one, but because of how it looks in the driveway of a house we can barely afford. We are performing wealth for a crowd of strangers who are too busy performing their own wealth to even notice us. It's a collective hallucination where everyone is pretending to be the person they wish they were, while the banks collect the interest on the dream. The debt-fueled dopamine hit. The American economy is a dopamine delivery system. When real wages stay flat and the American dream of homeownership feels out of reach, people turn to micro-luxuries. You might not be able to afford a house, but you can afford a $1,200 phone on a payment plan. This is the dopamine bandage for a systemic wound. We use consumerism to numb the pain of a life that feels increasingly out of our control. We are trading our long-term freedom for a 15-minute high from a cardboard box on the doorstep. The lifestyle creep and the credit card mirage. We've replaced community with consumption. In the old days, you found meaning in your neighborhood, your family, or your craft. Now, we find it in the unboxing experience. This is what we call lifestyle creep, but it's been weaponized. As soon as you get a raise, the world steps in to tell you that your old life is no longer enough. Your car is too loud. Your clothes are too basic. Your kitchen is dated. To keep up, Americans have turned to the credit card mirage. We are currently sitting on over $1.1 trillion in credit card debt. People are using high-interest plastic to fund a lifestyle their salaries can't support. It's a shadow economy where everyone looks rich on the outside but is one missed paycheck away from total collapse on the inside. We are living on borrowed time and borrowed status. The retail therapy delusion. There's a reason why shopping malls and Amazon apps feel like sanctuaries. In a world where the average worker feels powerless, unable to influence politics, unable to stop inflation, and unable to find job security, the act of buying is the only time they feel like they have agency. When you buy something, you are the boss. You make a choice and the world responds. But this is a predatory feedback loop. The high wears off before the packaging hits the trash can, leaving you even more empty than before, and the only cure the system offers is another purchase. It's a drug that doesn't heal the wound. It just makes you forget you're bleeding. The marketing of self-care. Perhaps the most cynical turn in modern consumerism is the rebranding of stuff as wellness. We are told that buying a $200 candle or a $500 skincare routine is self-love. Marketing departments have hijacked our desire for mental health and sold it back to us as a product. They've convinced us that we can't be at peace until we have the right aesthetic. We are being told to treat ourselves as a way to cope with the very stress that the debt-driven economy creates. It is a closed-loop system where the problem is the cure, and the cure is the problem. the social media panopticon. We are the first generation in history to live in a permanent global comparison. Before the internet, you only had to be as cool as the guy down the street. Now, you're comparing your behind-the-scenes life to everyone else's highlight reel. This creates a state of permanent inadequacy. The marketing machine uses this insecurity to feed you solutions. Every scroll through a feed is a reminder of what you lack, and every ad is a promise that you can bridge that gap with a credit card. We have become the curators of our own misery, meticulously building digital altars to a life we can't actually afford to live. The final awakening, breaking the cycle of more. The endgame of the consumption trap is a society that knows the price of everything but the value of nothing. We have reached a point where our economy is no longer a tool to serve human life. Rather, human life has become a fuel to serve the economy. The American dream has been repackaged as a high-interest subscription service. And as we look toward 2026, the cracks are becoming impossible to ignore. The spiritual bankruptcy. When you strip away the logos, the credit scores, and the limited edition drops, you find a deep, quiet loneliness. We are the most connected society in history, yet we are starving for genuine community because we've replaced shared experiences with shared brand loyalty. We've been trained to view our neighbors not as friends, but as competitors in a race that has no finish line. The consumption trap doesn't just empty your wallet, it empties your sense of purpose. It convinces you that the next thing will finally be the one to make you feel whole. But that thing is a ghost that disappears the moment you touch it. The 2026 reckoning. Freedom over flexing. There is a growing movement of people who are starting to wake up. They are realizing that financial freedom is the ultimate luxury, not a designer watch or a luxury SUV. The real flex in 2026 isn't having the newest iPhone. It's having a zero balance on your credit card and the ability to walk away from a soul-crushing job because you don't owe the system your life. We are seeing a shift toward essentialism and radical minimalism, not out of poverty, but out of a desire for survival. People are beginning to understand that every dollar spent on a thing they don't need is an hour of their life they sold to a corporation they don't like. The ultimate conclusion. The system is designed to keep you running on the treadmill, eyes fixed on the neon signs, never looking at the chains around your ankles. But the moment you stop wanting what they are selling, you become dangerous. The moment you realize that your worth isn't tied to your reach or your spending power, the trap loses its grip. In the end, the only way to win a rigged game is to stop playing. The lights of the mall will stay on, the ads will keep scrolling, and the algorithms will keep hunting for your insecurities, but you don't have to answer the door. True wealth isn't what you buy, it's what you refuse to sell. Your time, your peace, and your soul.